Hello friends, welcome back to my channel and to another Plan With Me video. This week we are memory planning the week that was June 3rd to June 9th, and we are using this absolutely gorgeous kit from Plannerface. I think it's called Rainy Days. I don't know. It'll be in the title below. But yeah, I firstly wanted to say a little bit of a sorry, my content was going up fairly regularly and then we kind of just dipped off the face of the earth, and that is because we are back in the thick of IVF in 2025. So when I'm filming this voiceover, it is actually February 26th, 2025, and this video is from June 2024, but we're not going to talk about it. We're just, we're going to go through the plans and we're just going to have a great time. I am going to try and continue to be consistent and keep getting some content out, but no promises as to how quickly that is going to be. I know that at one point I said that I wanted my content, like all of my 2024 content, to be done by I think end of January, and obviously that's not happened. We've still got 6 months worth of content to go, but life is just well and truly kicking my butt in 2025, and of course you guys will hear about that as we start to get towards the end of 2024 and into 2025 content. I have been filming 2025 content so that I don't fall completely ridiculously behind. But yeah, 2025 has just been really, really hard. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. Also, a little forewarning, I'm currently uploading videos in the background. So if you hear a weird little beep, I don't know if it's going to transmit into the video, but if you hear a weird little beep at any stage during this voiceover, it is because I am trying to upload content and get voiceovers done and do all the things. And also you can probably hear my fans in the background because even though it is the end of February and summer should be going bye-bye, it is still quite warm. So there is that. Now back to the spread. So again, like I mentioned, the kit is from Plannerface, but I am using a foil bundle from Caress Press, which is like a rainy day foil, and it is very, very cute. It's in silver, and I just thought that it matched this kit perfectly. This kit embodies my favorite type of weather. It's rainy, you're at home in your cozy pajamas, you're, on the couch watching Netflix, you're puzzling, coloring in, doing all of the fun, cozy things. And I don't know, I'm just someone who very much loves the rain. And I'm very much a homebody over somebody who wants to go out. Don't get me wrong, I like to go out here and there and do things, but I would much rather be at home with my puppies and my husband. So this is kind of just me in a kit. And yeah, it was really fitting for this week. I think there was a bit of rain. I think that's probably why I used this kit. Again, I haven't looked at these plans in the longest time. So us going through them together now is going to be, learning for both of us. But with that said, this voiceover is going to be quite a short one, so I'm going to go ahead and start talking through the plans. As always, my sidebar is kind of my go-to sidebar, at least at the moment anyway. So I do have a tour box because this kit came with a tour box. I've got a full box, and then I do leave room for my socials as well as a highlight of the week. The tour box is stunning, and I did use some of the deco from the kit to you won't see it because I tend to do my foil off camera, but I did use some of the deco from the foil kit to foil it and make it look like there was rain splattering, and I just think it looks really, really pretty. Again, I don't know how much of that you'll be able to make out on camera. But yeah, I just really, really love how this spread turned out. The colors are beautiful, just everything utter perfection. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump into Monday. So Monday, the 3rd of June, I must have been off. Was I off work? See, this is the other thing. I do my voiceovers, and because it's been so few and far between, I don't remember where I was at. Yes, okay. So this was on the back end of our very first embryo transfer. So we had our embryo transfer the Wednesday before this. So I had actually taken the 2 weeks off. So basically when they do the embryo transfer, you then have to wait 10 days to do your beta test, which is your blood test to confirm pregnancy or not. So I'd taken the whole week, 2 weeks off to kind of relax, hope for the best, do all the things to, make the embryo stick. So the first thing I did when I woke up on Monday was go for a walk around the block. When I got home, I did have a shower. And then again, in the spirit of relaxing and doing all of the things I could to relax myself, I did listen to some ASMR / watch ASMR on Twitch. I then pulled some stickers, and then I did mark that day I was a little bit anxious and crampy. The anxiety was purely around the transfer. I was very much going down the like Facebook, Google rabbit hole, and they tell you not to symptom spot because they put you on progesterone. So not only have you like had injections for like a week before the embryo transfer, they also then put you on progesterone pessaries for 5 days leading up to transfer. And those pessaries can actually cause your body to mimic pregnancy symptoms. So you can get intense cramping, you can get sore boobs, nausea, like all of it. So you could very much be thinking you're pregnant, but it could actually be the progesterone and vice versa. So I was very crampy this day, had a lot of anxiety because I was jumping down the rabbit hole looking at the symptoms and like reading up on things and statistics and doing things I shouldn't have been doing, hence the anxiety. I then marked that I did some laundry, that I watched Gossip Girl. I think I was watching the reboot at this stage because maybe I wasn't actually. No, so I started my Gossip Girl rewatch the week before as well. So I was watching the original Gossip Girl here, so I marked watching some Gossip Girl. And then hubby and I as our go-to like show of choice, because again, when you do an embryo transfer, they generally tell you after transfer to like not watch anything scary or anything that's going to make your heart race or whatever. And even though we love scary movies, we were like, okay, well, we're just going to, keep it light and funny and watch something comedic. And both of us had been wanting to watch How I Met Your Mother because we'd not seen it all the way to the end. So that was our show of choice. And that was the last thing that I marked on Monday. On Tuesday, I did mark going for another walk. I also did some more laundry. I think I got a coffee on my walk, because I've marked having some coffee, and I generally don't really mark that anymore. I then marked doing some filming. I watched some more Gossip Girl. I marked chilling with the puppies and my husband on the couch, and then once again finished off that day by watching some more How I Met Your Mother. Wednesday, I marked that I got up early because I had to go into the clinic and get some more pessaries because, like I said, they start you on pessaries 5 days before, but I was on a dosage of 3 per day, and I think you get like a month's worth of pessaries, maybe less actually. But like when I spoke to them on the phone, they suggested like topping up because generally once you're on the progesterone pessaries, if it ends up being a pregnancy, you can very well end up on progesterone pessaries up until like 12 weeks. So I didn't quite have that many on hand. So I just wanted to make sure that I had them ready to go. So I wasn't going to be in a position where I'd have to race around and try and get some at the last minute. So I was up early, went and picked up the pessaries. I then went into our local shopping center and I looked at some clothes and some books and made some purchases. And then before I left and came home, I treated myself to Donut King. And of course, I got myself a coffee and I got myself some cinnamon donuts. I then stopped at Kmart on the way home and got myself a new jacket. I also went to the bookshop. So apparently this was just a very me day, which I love. I don't do this a lot, so surprising. So yeah, went to Kmart, got a jacket. Then I went to the bookshop and must have bought some books. And then again, we finish out Wednesday by watching some How I Met Your Mother. Jumping over to Thursday, I have marked something at the top of the day there. I'm assuming that was meant to say lazy morning, but I think I've run out of scripts and I was waiting on some. Don't know if I've gotten them, so I'm going to have to check. I then marked going on a walk again, of course. I did some laundry. I watched some Gossip Girl. I chilled out with my puppies and my hubby and watched some more How I Met Your Mother. So you can very much see that the tone of this week was very much relax, unwind, de-stress, laugh, look after yourself, and just like don't do much of anything. Friday, I did mark sleeping in, and then when I woke up, I did go again for another walk. I also treated myself to a coffee from the local cafe. When I got home, I plonked my butt on the couch, and I don't think I left it all day. I did watch some more Gossip Girl, and then on this day, that is why I've used this kit. So we got put on flood watch. So I don't know if I've said it before, I probably have, but when I was a kid, I lived in this same area, so I lived a suburb over, and when we were a kid, basically where I live, there's 2 entries and exits, like one at 2 different locations. If we flood, the back location goes under first, and then the second location, if that goes under, like we can't get in or out. With that in mind, when I was a child, we were told that flooding of these locations was like a once in 50 years event, and I don't think it ever flooded once in my childhood. And then as an adult, and since buying a house in this area like 9 years ago, I think it is roughly, I think we have flooded at least the last 5 or 6 years, sometimes multiple times a year. So even though it was June and it was winter, and like normally the flooding would occur in summer, in that kind of transition into autumn, we were on flood watch in June. So that was fun, because you've got to be on the watch. You've got to make sure your loved ones get home safely, because otherwise they get blocked out, they can't get home. You've got to make sure that you've got food on standby, because of course if no one can get in or out, they're not getting like deliveries in. So whatever's at the local supermarket at the time, obviously they sell out very quickly, so things like milk and bread go really fast, and yeah, it's just a whole big thing. And then this night our movie of choice was Die Hard 2 with Kevin Hart. On Saturday, don't know what I've marked again, probably lazy morning at the top of the day. And then again, we were still on flood watch here. I marked watching some Twitch. I marked having some family time, again, which just means spending time with my dog and my husband. I marked watching YouTube. And then that night we watched a movie on Netflix called Roleplay. Don't recall it. Sunday, again, another lazy morning there, and then we decided to go into our local like shopping area and get some lunch. We must not have been on flood watch anymore, or if we were, they weren't expecting it to flood like super quickly, so we would have had time to come back, because the local shopping center is like 20-25 minutes from us. So I had some lunch. Again, I went to the bookshop. When we got home, I marked that I tried to nap, and then I did mark that I did a planner face order, that I had some coffee, and that we finished out Sunday by watching some How I Met Your Mother. And that is this week. So again, very chill, very relaxed, very not much of anything. But that is it, you guys. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and hopefully I'll see you all soon for another one. Bye!